Here we go. We're getting ready to take the apron off the Pratt & Whitney 12 by 30 metal lathe circa 1943. You see my upper parts here. This thing, I heard some popping and sizzling last night, and there were flames coming off this cord. And I've been running this thing in here in my absence, and had I not been here, that thing was, plugged into that strip, and we got combustible 2x4 combustible paper placard, combustible sheet of paper. This place could have gone up. So inspect your cords. I'm either going to replace this cord or I'll probably try to replace the cord. So we need to get the hoist. The engine hoist, the shop hoist, the Harbor Freight hoist. And we're not going to modify it this time, but I am going to have to move all this stuff to allow clearance for the things that stick out. Some canoes have them what are they called? Outrigger. Yeah, the outriggers. So we're getting ready to have 0 and -0 temperatures in the area starting tomorrow, Friday. So I've made an attempt to make the place a little bit tighter. Garage space is looking nice, only because I had to work on a car. I just filled my propane tank up, a 100-pound tank. It was $86. So we need to go. We need to go over to the store and grab the hoist. It's Thursday evening, December 22nd, 5:46. There's that tripping hazard. Get that out of there. Dogs are going wild as I walk by the window. The store is in horrible condition. I had a friend move, and my wife had a friend move, and we inherited a bunch of stuff for Goodwill. Of course, it has to be sorted out here before it goes to Goodwill. But and we've actually already sorted, so this is what I have left to put away. So the engine hoist back here. Here's my my heater for out here. It's a salamander, I think they call them. Got a 100-pound propane tank. And here's the Pittsburgh Automotive. So, will it go through here? I found a guy, my neighbor actually used his services the other day, and he has some 14-yard dumpsters. And you could probably park 2 compact cars inside of it. But it's a flat rate, drop off, pickup, $200. So he drops it off, you fill it up, he takes it away. And I think that is a bargain. So I don't really have anything to fill that up, but the guy I'm buying this property from, There's quite a bunch of stuff here. And he's mentioned several times of just getting a dumpster. But that's this thing will be paid for pretty soon, and he'll be at that time emptying this store out. Okay, I'll bring you back in the shop. Okay, my wife is out driving. Several hours have passed since I brought the hoist in here. And weather conditions have changed as well. We're looking at a temperature tonight of -3, I think. So we'll wait for her to get home and we'll start on the lathe. Really fortunate that I got the crane in here when I did. It'd be kind of a bitch to drag it through 3 or 4 inches of snow. Well, I'll do a little weather report. We got severe weather warning until 5 p.m. It's Friday morning at 4:48. Snow for the next hour. It's -5 now. It's going to go down to -9, -11, 10 through the... Yeah, it's going to get up to -3 in the afternoon. Sunset at 5:14. We're in -3s all evening. Into the wee hours of the morning. So there's a 50% chance of snow. I think these are daytime temperatures. The wind is what the issue is. You see, we get up here to next Sunday.
It's been quite some time since I used that.
54 degrees. Raining. Friday's 41. Sunrise 7:55. I don't know what the wind is. 26 miles per hour. A 1/4 inch of snow predicted for the next 24 hours. Barometric pressure is about medium. So let's take a look outside at 5 in the morning. Look, I want to take the camera with me this time. I carried my phone out there. So not a lot of snow, 3 or 4 inches. Mostly drifting. You see part of the walkway is completely bare. I hope my fence makes it. I've never repaired it after it blew over. I have some guy wires on it. We'll be riding that bicycle tonight. So let me bring you back to the lathe here. Okay, I've already done a lot of preparatory work. I pulled 5 cap head screws from this plate. We'll come back to this feed direction rod. I released this the bracket back here. Now I can easily pull that right off. It'll slide right off, but I think we're just gonna leave it on. I think I can fix this while it's still hanging, but we'll see. No, I don't think we will be able to, actually, because we got to we gotta release this bottom bar, and it is tied to the back plate. That is the clutch lever. So this is the feed direction rod. It's got this handle here, and it runs through here into here to here. Now we got these gears on the end of it here, there's teeth, and we got some teeth on the bottom of this. Now there's some teeth down here where my finger is at. So this comes over, slides over, and engages those teeth. And that turns this, which turns this, which switches the directional gears. Now this hole here, this item goes in, and there's a 4-start threaded pin here. And that threads in, and then this goes in like this, and this screw here indexes into here to keep that from turning. And there's a screw that goes through here that keeps this screw from turning out. So one hole, it's a through hole, one side's threaded and one isn't. Obviously you want the threaded up high. Now when you're screwing the screw in there, you can't go too deep or you're not going to have your full motion. And you got to go deep enough that you're going to have your full motion. So it's kind of a fine-tuning thing. If you, I had it together before and I couldn't get it into like reverse, and it was my screw was too deep and it wasn't allowing this thing to turn. So very important, you want to pull this rod out before you try to remove this plate. And doubly important is you want this rod in the same position when you're installing it. Because I think I tried to install it with this rod sticking out more, and yeah, it was a pain. I got a single strap here. I got it wrapped around here, doubled around the hoop. Over here I brought the hoop through itself and got this file handle keeping it from sliding out. So I also drained the oil from the carriage, from the apron, I'm sorry. Oil is contained here, and this is where the pump lies. And you have to take this plate off to access the pump. We won't be doing that. All we want to do is free up this rod here, which runs all the way through to the back. Well, you'll see it on the inside. So literally, I think all we have to do is jack this up, pull everything this way and out. So let's go ahead and put our oil cap, oil plug over in this tray. This is the tray that covers the gearbox here. So we'll put that in there. So yeah, I think we'll just jack this up a little bit, relieve the pressure, pull this out. You'll see that we didn't have to do anything to this stuff. You'll see what that's about when we get there. Get the clutch assembly out of the way. So I guess there's nothing to do but to go ahead and pull it off. So let me find a place for you to sit. Okay, that's good enough for you guys right now, I guess. So I got the weight. Pretty much have the weight already. I don't want to jack it up too much because I bind all that up in there. So I'm going to grab the crank handle, and that's not a good idea. I'm going to grab the what rod is this? This is the directional rod. Okay, I think I got a little too much pressure on that. Take a little bit of that off. Get this up. Try to pry this plate off a little bit. Need something a little bigger to pry with. Actually, we need to lift that up a little bit because it is bound up. Probably still is. Think this through. I got everything. Okay, I think we got it now. Yeah. So everything indexes on this shaft here, in this brass bushing. Okay, these two gears are forward and reverse, and or feed and screw, and this is the shifter for that. It takes you from this gear to this gear. And that is, once again, feed and then screw. So basically, one activates the lead screw, one activates the feed drive. So we are unhooked at this point, detached. So let's take it out a little bit. Balance is good. So this is that screw. Is all the way through, comes out back here. I think I can get a wrench on this and see if I can turn that. And that ought to free up this thread. I'm thinking about some anti-seize when I put it back together. This is the clutch. There's a little drum down there, and that gets sucked down into the brass piece, which causes the friction for the drive to work. So this should be turning when I turn this, no knob here, when I turn this, when there's a knob there. So I'm going to get just some channel locks on here and see if that's going to be that quick of a fix. Here's the cross feed, and it's the same thing. This is driving it on. You can see that space down below my finger there, you can watch that cone come out. And this is turning. So that's released. Now turn this, that cone sucks in, friction, grabs that brass gear. And then to reverse it, we're turning counterclockwise. This is connected to the front, and that is pulling that out. And that's how the clutch operates, and that's how this one should operate. Now what I think I need to do is put this knob back on. I have a new tapered pin for that. I think first we're just going to get some channel locks and see if I can't make that thing turn. Okay, I got this knob back on. Number 2 tapered pin. I should be able to twist this knob and turn these threads out, or they should go in. So I don't have any knocker loose or any decent penetrating oil, but I did spray this threads down with some WD-40. There's also a wire, a safety wire on here, and we remove that. I can loosen this set screw, and I can only see doing a half a turn because I want to get a wire back on there when it's all done. So I might give that a half a turn so that slot is still lined up. And I'm not sure if you're really seeing that or not. Where's my light at? Stand by. Okay, now I think you can see that a little better. So we got that set screw there, and there's a piece of wire going around there, and there it is all twisted up at the end. So I'll cut that off, give that 180-degree turn, and see if that'll release, just in case it's those threads holding that pin, just in case that pin is keeping this from turning easily. I don't think it is, but I gotta try. And I'll replace that wire with a piece of, I think it's 30 thousandths welding wire. I could be dead wrong on the numbers, but whatever my wire feeder has in it is what I will use. Another look at the inside here. This cover comes off with the clutch plate, and you can access all there in it. We don't need to get into that. We should be able to, here's the half nut. And there's an adjustment for that here. So that's how easy it is to do the very minimum to pull that off. Well, you know, once you get these 5 screws out, 3 screws on that end, you know, it's a pretty simple operation. I'd say a first timer could do it in an hour. It probably took me a half hour. You just need to, this gets tricky on the installation. And once you get a better understanding than what I can explain to you, I told you there were gears on the bottom of this tab here. And here are the here's an example of those gears, what it looks like. So this one has the gears on the bottom of it, which engage with these gears. Well, they're in here. They're inside this casting right now, but you saw that earlier. And once again, you hit the direction lever, and that lifts this up, which pushes this down, which moves the shifting fork. Now, the last time I took the headstock off, it was clearly solely because I forgot the set screws on the shifting fork inside here. So I had to take the entire headstock off to rectify that mistake. And then one time, I was doing much the same as I am now, and I set a couple of screws in there, just like that. And that's where they stayed all the way through installation. And when I was tightening this plate down, I was short 2 screws. I looked everywhere for those screws. Well, you know, if 3 won't hold it, 5 never would. So then, sometime later, I had an epiphany, and I remembered that I let those screws lay in there. So we won't take a chance of that happening again. Here's my barrel switch for forward and reverse. And I had to remove the lever that goes from here down to here, and that's the clutch. That's it. I'm going to get this thing up out of the way. I'll go get some penetrating oil as soon as I can. Well, I'll cut that wire and turn that screw first and see if I can't do that. Okay, I got that screw removed. There's 4 turns, and it's a dog point. So I'm tempted to get vice grips or stick a rod in here, and I'm gonna wait till I have get some penetrating oil a chance. Here's that wire. So I'm gonna wait till, I'm not gonna rush this. I should be able to turn this knob, and this should spin inside of this round part. Get a little penetrating oil down in that hole as well. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about that. I haven't got it freed up, but I got it out where I can see what's going on. I'm glad I'm able to leave the thing pretty much intact and just work on it externally and just leave it hang right there where it is. I don't have to take it all the way down. I hope that was helpful to somebody, and a lot of these lathes are all put together the same way, so I mean, many of them. So this might be helpful even with your lathe. So new subscribers, Skip Nowitz, Mike. Sorry, Mike. But thanks for subscribing. Thanks for coming along, buddy. Guys, like and subscribe. Tell a buddy, bring a friend. Here we go. Winter Wonderland. Like I say, the wind is the real issue here. The accumulation, drifting will be a problem. But yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, guys. Hopefully next time we come back, I'll show you how I fixed my my longitude travel clutch. Good days.